Misfit. Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, and today we are talking about Age of Magic yet again. This is the second review I've made for this game, and for good reason. A while ago, I reviewed this game, and my review was rather critical. Although the game looked beautiful and played just as well, most of the heroes were either unavailable or very hard to get. Some were not even available through chests. And there were a lot of offers that I just didn't really want, and the game looked like it was going down a dark route with a lot of limited time events and limited time offers. You guys get it. And as I said before in my last video, there were a lot of locks with just no keys. But ever since my last review, they have changed every last one of those things. Abaddon, the character I wanted so much, the character I wanted to grind for so badly, I didn't care where he was in the game, I just wanted to grind for him. He wasn't available then. But now he is. He is now available in a campaign stage, and you can attain his shards by playing through that one campaign stage every day. And it's just the way I said it too. It's like the devs watched my video. It's crazy. And instead of needing 80 shards to unlock him, you now only need 50 shards to get him. On top of that, he has more abilities, and he seems to be a much more powerful hero. Additionally, all the heroes in the game, excluding some of the event heroes, are available through chests now, which makes buying chests a lot more worth it. My only complaint is that Abaddon is not available through the demon chest for some reason. I mean, he is a demon, and he's not an event hero, so, you know, devs, maybe he should be in there? It would be really cool if he was. All the things that they have added to the game have just made the experience 100% better. This is the best shard game I have played, hands down, guys. I'm serious. And I am not exaggerating when I say that. I have played hundreds of shard games in the past, and all have been horrible except a few. One of the few that are good being Age of Magic. And even as I record this, I'm sure they're adding a whole bunch of other new things that might even add on to what I like. For example, they have this new event that has this really awesome mage character. I don't really know too much about him because I have not finished the event yet. But what makes this event fantastic is the fact that you can just grind for this guy regardless of what level you are. You can still grind for his shards. And that was my problem with some of their old events. And I'll be getting into greater detail on some of the old ones in a minute. But this new one is just brilliant. It's not going to be lasting long, but it will be coming back. And that's how the events work on this game. They always come back. They're on a rotation. Every time there is an event available, it usually lasts, I'd say, about a week, and then it ends. But then another event starts, and then you can grind through that event too if you want. But you can always build up and get ready for that event you really want. Mine, for example, would be this guy's, and of course, the Succubus. Even though I can't really play through this event right now, because I need 5 5-star demon characters, and I'm still working on at least 2 more of them, but by the time this event starts again, I should have all my 5-star characters, and then I should be able to get the hero. So events are not limited on this. They're always here, and they continue to add new events, so there's always going to be an event on rotation. A little more about the gameplay. I have to talk about the orchestra at some point, because I don't think I mentioned it in my last review. I'm surprised I didn't. Wow. I want to record it, just so you guys could hear it, but there is no internal audio recorder anymore. I don't know why my app doesn't do that. It's something to do with Google, but anyway, the orchestra is fantastic in this. I want to see if I can at least record it a little bit for you guys. You might hear some shuffling or some talking in the background because, my goodness, is the audio recorder bad on this. I have to mute the video so you guys can actually hear my voice clearly and it doesn't sound all pixelated and nasty. So I want to show it to you a little bit at the end of the video, but the orchestra is beautiful in this game. The story is phenomenal. Everything about this game is good so far. And I haven't really been able to find any real negative gripes besides what I said earlier concerning Abaddon. I really think he should be in the demon chest, and not only that, but here's something else that I just started to think about. Some of the bosses are still unavailable. Yes, I know that they probably will release some of them in the future, but these things are freaking massive. Like, I'm not kidding. Some of these bosses take up most of the field. When you're fighting them, they're huge, but for some reason, they appear to be obtainable, so I'm guessing that they are going to add a way to get these characters in the future. So I feel like they should have had something with that a little sooner, but here's an idea, devs. Here's an idea. Perhaps you guys could have a dungeon mode. Now, I know you have a dungeon. I know you have a dungeon already, but this one's a little bit different. Maybe you could call it something different, but I'm just going to call it dungeon for now, where you could raid other players' dungeon, but they have a boss to fight at the end of their dungeon. And they can upgrade this boss and the other creatures in that dungeon with shards. You know how they regularly upgrade their heroes already. You could have something like that. That would be pretty cool. You could have guild battles like that where other players raid each other's dungeon. I know it's a weird idea, but I don't know. It seems pretty interesting to me. But anyway, back to the game. This is definitely one of the best shard games I've played. If I could make a solid recommendation for any type of shard game, this would definitely be it. Now, as I told you guys before, I have played many games like this, so it's hard for me to ever recommend a shard game because, well, it's kind of a love-hate, really, because shard games in general, the grind on them is absurd. Like, it is the longest grind I have ever seen in a game possible. Like, grinding for a character takes months. That is a really long time. Like, say there's a rare character on this game, and you get like 1 shard a day, and usually it's 150 shards, or sometimes it's 250. You might get like 1 shard's really nothing at all. It's usually around like 3 or 4 you might get of that character a day, and in order to even get to the point where you can grind them might take months in itself, because there might be a certain level you have to reach so you can unlock the arena, or not in this game, but I'm just using that as an example because some of these games have arenas that are locked behind a certain level. You have to be like level 20 or something, and you don't really have all that time to level up to level 20 or 30, so you're usually off and on the game, and that usually takes about a month for you to get up there normally to that level in these types of games. But I got up to level 20 fast in this one. But anyway, it takes a long time in some of these games to grind out shards. So the grind is really, really long. So that's one of the reasons I really hate shard games. But the reason I like them is because you get the character you want. The character you want eventually. No matter what the character is, you will be getting them eventually, because you can grind for that character in particular, despite all the other characters in the game. There's usually hundreds of characters in these types of games, and you can grind for one character in particular, despite all the other ones. And I really like that about shard games. That's the thing I really like. But the grind is a long time, and sometimes developers, they take advantage of that. Sometimes there's never even a grind. Sometimes there is just a pack that rewards you shards for these characters. But luckily, this game isn't like that. The events aren't limited, so there's always a reason for me to keep playing. There's always something to do. It is just a fantastic game. But if you guys want me to play more of this game, just let me know in the comments. I'll play a lot more of it. I'll make more videos. I might even make guides on how to actually grind for some of the characters, and actually how you can progress in the game pretty fast, because I've played a lot of games like this, and I know how to progress fairly quickly. If you want to know anything like that, any guides, or you just want me to play the game on the channel more, let me know. But until then, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.